Hello everyone, this is Global Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. I also want to remind you that some of our video courses are already available. Buy them if you haven't done it yet. We would really appreciate your support. Look at this wonderful toy that my daughter and I recently sewn. I've decided that it would be interesting for you to see how to make such toys as well. I'm going to show you how to make a plush piglet. I think that it will be pretty useful for those who have no time to go shopping and choose gifts. This is a snowball. Its ears and paws are made of pink felt. The vest is red and is decorated with pompons. Let's make a friend for him. Let it be a piglet. I've already made a pattern for it. The base of the toy will be made of plush fabric. Have a look at it. I think that it's very beautiful. I think that the fabric is pretty unusual, so the toy would look interesting. The other details will be made of colored felt. I'm not sure which colors I'm going to use yet. We will also need some fiber feel for stuffing, threads, scissors, and a good mood. Take the basic fabric and the pattern. Apply the pattern to the fabric, pin it, and then cut the details. You can make the toy of any shape you like. When cutting, do not forget to add 1 cm for the seam allowance. Be very attentive when cutting. The rest of the fabric can be moved aside. This is the front of the piglet. This is how it's going to look like. The hooves, stomach, and ears will be made of this peach-colored felt. And the nose will be bright pink. I need to outline the hooves and the ears. This is the upper hoof, and this is the lower one. Do not forget to sign them. I also need to outline the ear and the stomach. I can cut the details now. The ear, the hooves, the lower and the upper one, very nice. and the stomach. Next, I need to pin the details. I need to cut one stomach detail, and the rest of the details should be cut in 2 pieces. Fold the felt in half and pin the rest of the details. I can start cutting now. Next, I'm going to use a different kind of felt to cut the nose. As I've said, you can sew anything you like. I need to outline the nose. Next, I need to cut it and apply to the felt. I need to detach the pattern. Lay the fabric on the table face up. Next, I need to apply the cut details. The ears, you can look at the picture in order not to make mistakes. You can sew the details with the sewing machine, but I'm going to apply them with the hand stitching. Watch the way I'm working. The stomach, I'll attach it here. And the nose. I need to sew the details now. I'll show you how to do it. Thread a needle. The thread should be of the same color as the felt. You know what? I'll even use a brighter thread. It would look more interesting. The thread should be double. Watch what I'm doing attentively. Have a look at the way I'm sewing the details. I've decided to use the brighter thread to highlight that the toy is handmade. It is not even necessary to make the stitches of exactly the same length. You can do it however you want. The rest of the details will be sewn the same way. I need to sew just this part. The other edge will be stitched with the sewing machine. The legs and the ears are ready. Let's move on to sewing the nose. I'll make a different seam here. As I've said, you can stitch the details with the sewing machine if you want to. Be creative. You don't have to do everything exactly like I show you. This is how the details look like from the wrong side. This is the right side. Next, I need to do nostrils and the eyes. I'll make them of buttons. You can use different buttons. I bought some interesting ones. They're very beautiful. These black and white buttons will be used for making eyes, and I'll attach these small green ones in the middle of them. Green-eyed piglet. Why not? This is how my imagination works. I'll also use a black thread to make nostrils. This is how they will look like. I can attach the buttons now. I love this piglet. It looks very interesting. The front is ready. I like the result. What do you think? Next, I need to cut the back. Sew the front and the back together. Do not forget to make a hole in order to be able to turn the garment right side out. And then we'll have to stuff it. Let's get down to work. This is the same piece of fabric I cut the front of. Lay it on the table in order to cut the back of it. Make sure that the direction of the pile matches in the front and the back. It's very important. You know what? I'll tack the front to the fabric and then cut the back. It will be more convenient to do it this way. I love handmade gifts. I love both getting them and giving them. I've been to an exhibition recently. I've seen some very interesting toys, brooches there. They all were handmade. They inspired me for making the toys for my daughter. I've pinned the front. Now I can take it. And then I'll cut the back. I'll use a thread of the contrast color. We'll continue working with the toy in the next video. That's all for today. My name is Olga Paukshte. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Goodbye.